Hello everybody, my name is Mr. Puglisi and this is the second video in a two-part series welcoming you to CTS120. The first video was me introducing myself and going over initially the basic information about the course. This video is a screenshot video where I am actually going to take you on a tour of the screen of the Moodle class and also give you some more information especially suited to get you started in this course. So first thing I want to do is talk a little bit about the startup things that you should do right away when you get logged into Moodle. First of all, you'll want to read the syllabus, and the syllabus location is under the Course Information Start Here topic. If you scroll down a little ways, you'll find a link to the syllabus PDF right here. If you click on that link, you'll be able to read the syllabus. A couple things I want to point out in here. The grading criteria, how your course average is calculated is right here on this page. My specific policies for this class are under instructor policies here. Talks a little bit about how you submit your assignments, information about how to communicate with me, information about the late work policy. And at the end of the syllabus is a copy of the course assignment schedule. You can also see that course assignment schedule separately if you want to print out a copy and have that available offline. There's a link right below the syllabus link for the course schedule of due dates. Also in this Start Here topic is a description of the course. Some information I think is really important for you to read about why the course is relevant. And I think I've addressed a little bit about that in the first video, but I am going to reiterate the fact that the skills that you learn in this course, basically the CTS120 hardware and software support course skills, are essential for you as an IT professional. It will help you get your first job. A lot of the support, help desk type, troubleshooting skills that you gain in this class are what organizations look for when they're hiring IT people. The company that I used to be a CIO of, insurance company in Texas, we used to start all of our IT people out on help desk. Anybody we hired, whether they were going to be a programmer or a security person or whatever, we would start them out for 90 days on the help desk. And if they didn't do well on the help desk, dealing with customers, dealing with stressful situations, coming up with solutions, troubleshooting, showing their skills as an IT professional, we would let them go. So IT support skills, help desk skills, troubleshooting skills are the minimum amount of skills that you need to have in your basket of skills when you start going out and looking for your first position. Another thing I want to point out here as we're touring the course is after you read the syllabus, you want to complete the enrollment verification quiz as soon as possible. The reason for that is in any online class, you have to complete the online verification quiz before the census date. So in this case, our census date is August 27th. You'll want to complete this quiz and submit it in Moodle before the end of August 27th. If you don't do that, you will not be recognized as enrolled in the class and you will be taken out of the course. So make sure that once you read the syllabus right away, you go in and you do this enrollment verification quiz and submit it to Moodle. If you have any questions about that, send me an email, but you need to do that right away. Do not forget to do that if you want to stay in the class. Okay? There's information about me here as far as contact information goes. there's a Meet Your Instructor page that I'm going to open up right now and show you a little bit about stuff that might be helpful to you. I have a little bio here, which I talked about in the first video. I also have links to my blog site, which is for IT professionals and IT students. If you click on that link, you get to my blog site. There's helpful information in there about careers, about troubleshooting tips, about Linux, some videos, and some other useful information. I also have news feeds here on topics such as artificial intelligence, emerging technology, information security, and I have some links to some other resources. I post articles on a regular basis about things like Docker, which is a technology that you can host your own applications at home on a home server if you have your home lab. I also post other interesting things about building a home lab. I have articles in here about AI and technology, about search engines and things like that. So you might want to regularly go into this blog site and see what's going on. I'm sure that there'll be stuff in here that will help you as a future IT professional. Going back to the link on Meet Your Instructor, there are two other links that I'd like you to be aware of. One is to my LinkedIn profile. If you have a LinkedIn account as an IT professional or as somebody who's going to be looking for a job, feel free to follow me on LinkedIn or connect with me on LinkedIn. Also, I have a Twitter account, an X account, where I post IT news and interesting stuff on IT on a regular basis. If you have a Twitter account, you certainly have the option of following me on Twitter. If you don't, you can go ahead and check the Twitter account link here and see what I've posted about recently. I do try to post some interesting information. Some of it would be relevant to IT students. Moving right along, course announcements. If I send out a course announcement, if your settings for notifications in Moodle are set properly, you should automatically receive an email for that announcement. But I would strongly urge you to check course announcements when you're in your Moodle classes just to make sure you didn't miss anything. There's a link to the Bladen Community College tutoring platform, Upswing. You can get online tutoring. Information about that platform is available at this link. And I have posted some tips for online learning success, some suggestions and tips about how to optimize your time. Make sure that you, and I'm going to actually open this so we can go through it together. There are some tips in here about online learning that you should look at. And I've provided some links to resources that may help you be a better online student. So you could check those links out and see if there's anything in there that you think might help you. Now that we're through the introductory material, we could probably talk a little bit about the way the modules in the course are set up. Let's pick, for example, Module 1. Module 1 is kind of important because it gives you instructions here on how to open up your CompTIA CertMaster account. CompTIA CertMaster is the platform that you're going to do your labs in. And the reason it's so important to have this system is when you're an online learner, you don't have the ability to walk into a computer lab on campus and take a PC apart or watch a PC being taken apart or getting your hands on PC components, motherboards, network cards, GPUs, CPUs, memory, all of those components, printers, you name it. So you have to have some substitute for that to learn those skills. What we've done is we've partnered with CompTIA and CertMaster to provide you with a virtual lab environment to learn those skills virtually. It used to be called TestOut, but CompTIA purchased TestOut a few years back and they've been merging TestOut into the CompTIA platform. So now what used to be called TestOut and the TestOut PC Pro certification is now called CompTIA CertMaster. So keep that in mind. So the two required things that you must have available through the bookstore to get started in this class is the e-text, which is the Andrews A+ book, and an access key for the CompTIA CertMaster Core 1 and Core 2 A+ platform. Those two items you need to have. That information is up here in the original Start Here area. See these two required course materials, CompTIA A+ Guide to Technical Support. That's the Andrews text. And also the CompTIA CertMaster Learn for A+ Core 1 and Core 2. That's the lab access code that you're going to use the lab system for your assignments. There are two areas of assignments that you're going to do each module. One is the labs that are assigned to you in the lab system, CompTIA CertMaster Learn, and some textbook assignments for each module of the textbook. Used to be called chapters, now they're called modules, so that you'll have assignments to submit in Moodle based on textbook materials, and you're going to have assignments that you're going to do in the CompTIA CertMaster lab system for grades. Very simply, without getting into a lot of detail, your assignments from the textbook will be submitted and uploaded to Moodle. Most of them will be Word documents. If you don't have Word, you can use OpenOffice or some other word processor to submit files to Moodle. The other assignments you will do in the lab system, the virtual labs, your grades will be posted automatically in that system, and I will manually transfer those grades over to the Moodle gradebook twice a semester. So you want to keep track of the labs that you're doing in the lab system that are assigned to you and make sure you don't have zeros for those. You want to get those done. Double check in the CompTIA CertMaster gradebook to make sure the assignments that you think you have submitted and completed have grades posted for them. And the same thing with Moodle, the assignments that you're assigned that are typically out of the textbook, you want to make sure you submit those documents to Moodle on time and make sure eventually you get grades posted for them. Make sure that I have graded them. If for some reason grades are missing, you need to let me know by email right away specifically about what grade is missing, and I need to be able to go in and follow up for you, give you an answer of why it hasn't been graded. Sometimes stuff gets missed. Keep track of your grades. Don't wait until the last week of the semester to find out that stuff that you thought you did wasn't submitted. It's too late to do anything about it at that point. Okay, moving right along. This module 1 got the instructions on how to register in CompTIA CertMaster. There's a reading assignment, and typically every module there'll be reading assignments. There will be PowerPoint lecture notes that you can look at. There'll be other information relating to that particular module you may want to click on and read. There's also a section called Graded Assignments. Typically, anything you need to do for the course that requires you to submit for a grade will be in this list. Some of the work will be out of your textbook. Some of the work will be out of the CompTIA CertMaster Lab platform. There's your textbook assignment for Module 1, and there's the link to list the labs that you're going to have to go over into CompTIA and complete and submit in that platform. Okay? So moving right along, another example, let's just skip all the way up to Module 10. Module 10 is a topic of troubleshooting Windows. Again, reading assignments for that week, graded assignments that include both labs and CompTIA CertMaster that you'll submit there. And in this case, in Module 10, there's a test that you'll have to complete that is actually in CompTIA CertMaster. And what that's going to be is a test of some labs that you're going to have to complete successfully for a grade. In this particular module, there's also a discussion form, so you're going to have to post in the Moodle discussion form to get a grade for that activity. Your attendance each week is based on assignments you submit to Moodle and assignments you post in the discussion form. Okay? Before you make your first post in the discussion form, excuse me, you want to read this discussion form grading rubric become familiar with it so that when you post in the discussion forum, you're posting for a good grade. There's minimum requirements of length, there's minimum requirements of how you post, what you post, how you justify what you post, citing things if you quote things. All of those things are taken into consideration when your grade is assigned for your discussion postings. There's a certain number of replies you have to do. Pay attention to the rubric and pay attention specifically to each discussion prompt and make sure you do your best to reply to those.